and hope someone is kind enough to give us all a ride. And we wouldn't have a clue if we'd make it back to or even where we'd go.
4-3 in ESEA Advanced versus 4-4. Both of these teams have had a pretty, to say the very least, turbulent season so far in ESEA, and they're looking to stay positive. Lavender, they're the team with 3 losses so far. They've played 7 matches. This will be number 8. While SKDC, excuse me, they played 8 and have just managed to stay even. And I need to okay, so also another fun fact is I have absolutely no clue what the lineup of SKDC is supposed to be up until the game actually goes live, because I had like 5 different players who I all thought were going to be playing, like Wadep, but I guess there is a team manager. Anyway, knife round. It all went through. And it looks like SKDC will choose to stay on the CT side. So, SKDC. They're looking to keep their advanced dreams alive, and I mean, this won't be the round that will knock them out, but it would be a pretty significant blow to their record. They would be going 4-5, a negative record in the season. Usually does not exactly quell any fears, but there's still hope yet for them. A lineup of a lot of veterans: Arya, Anger, and Ocean. All have had plenty of days in the Counter-Strike scene. They want to beat up these youngsters, the ESEA Open Season 32 winners, Lavender. Look to impress here. Early banana control being taken, and what is that out of nowhere? Arya finds a double. Ocean actually chimes into the kill feed as well with a single kill down towards mid, and it's a weird way for the strikes to happen, but it'll be Lavender taking 3 lashings and end up being on the back foot. 4 lashings now. Arya again finds another kill. He's had a triple immediately, and I didn't feel like he just immediately just bite into his victims, but here we are, suddenly a 1 versus 3, and it feels like that happened out of nowhere. It was all quiet for a moment until that final strike, but at the end of the day, it will be all up to Yum. The Glock and all the CTs knowing exactly where he is. This is a very, very tough round for him to win, and indeed, it proves impossible. He's able to get 1 kill on his way out, and it will be Arya and Ocean splitting the kills right down the middle. Well, 3-2. Arya actually steals the glory. Hello again, Nubage. What's up? SKDC will be awarded with a pretty healthy bye because of their... I mean... The fact that they just absolutely nailed those very first beginning kills, although they ended up shedding a little bit of blood at the end of the day, it's still such a solid way to start off a game. So it's exactly what you want to see if you're a fan of SKDC. They've been around. The roster name has been around forever. And they're cementing their legacy. I don't think Aijin is Adren. I don't believe so. Because if so, that'd be news to me. Truck Lover, as well as Sun both find a bunch of just terrible headlines in the news here as Aijin just runs amok, excuse me, over through mid and alt mid. And I mean, these are just some of the quickest kills I've ever seen. It's just another immediate eco. Like, SKDC already, they're off to such a strange start. It feels like Lavender all have like really good default normal positions for a second. And then SKDC just immediately, come in some of the weird areas that you would see like during a warm-up game and just find, 4 or 5 kills. It's unbelievable. But it's exactly the 2-0 start that they hope for. Lavender, as expected, don't make it work with the pistols. Now we'll be forcing up into this third to try to find a little bit of success. Not off to the hottest start, though, and actually maybe it is a hot start, but in all the wrong ways. Aijin will make Sun burn alive on the surface of the Sun. He will go. The utility damage is unbelievably suffocating right now. So much spam down towards Banana leads to 1 death and 2 very heavily lit players. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Tries to extend and make the deal even sweeter for SKDC, but it's not meant to be. An even game we go back to. The health heavily favors the CTs at the moment. Lavender definitely a bit on the back foot considering MP9's UMPs are in play from SKDC, this does heavily just work out for them. A flash through would really sweeten the deal, and as expected, there you have it. I mean, a double kill just towards the top of the banana, and upgrade to an AK-47, and everything you could hope for a CT wanting to make it a nice quick 3-0. Eventually, it will be Benji and Swamp Farmer after their own devices. Nice spray from Benji, evens up the deal a little bit. But still a very tough round for them to win here. Although if they find Aijin, maybe they have a decent shot at it, but he's kind of been firing off on all cylinders. He's looking for the ace. Might be able to do it. Smoke out towards CT. Aijin holding down the line. Will not get the ace that he hopes for. Indeed, actually falls instead. Benji is watching closely and will reap the rewards because of it. Forcing a post plant. And surprisingly, it's actually looking awfully good for Lavender. Who would have thought, off of a round like this, that they'd actually be favored at the end of the day? Although Arya will try to drag it back and put things back into the favor of SKDC, Benji, despite his best efforts, won't be able to do anything. And Arya keeps the dream alive, keeps the flawless streak alive for SKDC as he pulls off a 1 versus 2 and shows exactly why he's a CS vet here. The man's played at a major. He knows what's up. Yeah, Nubich, that was a really nice flash. You see, I mean, it's like one of the most common flashes, but still, it's really nice. It always seems to net a couple of kills to an unsuspecting terrorist or two. Lavender, although they made that one a close one at the end of the day, their money reserves are running slightly dry. Lavender will be able to have one more luxurious buy before they're stuck onto pistols for a while. But they don't have a lot of utility to work with here, which makes fully executing onto a site a bit rougher. Hey, is that the ban from Twitter Charlie right there? I'm sorry, that was too far. 5-on-5. Still no contact made. One of the slowest rounds I feel like we've seen in the game, and that's not really saying much. Nubage, it has been Arya who's played in Major. He played with Splice. Overall, Lavender are seriously taking their time before executing into sight. The pace is so tantalizingly slow, but it seems finally they'll be making contact over towards Arches, where immediately Arya, again that Major vet, strikes with 1, takes down Benji. And the bomb has been spotted from Lavender. They can still rotate it over. But over towards B they go. SKDC will have a single player at the ready. Actually, 2, excuse me. Ocean has joined the party. And he's going down CT, pushes through the smoke and finds 1. Tries to spray through to find the second. But unfortunately, he receives a little bit of spray instead. But they haven't cleared the site fully. And because of that, Aijin can still try to wreak havoc. But Lavender, not much time remains for them to get the bomb down, and oh, that dunk nade was just a second too late. Yu-Gi-Oh gets the kill, but at what cost? It'll be Sun going down. Yu-Gi-Oh is able to find a second in the round, searches for a third, and indeed will get it. It's a bit of a messy post plant, to be totally honest, from Lavender. But at the end of the day, it will net them another round, so again, keeping up the dream, SKDC off to a very nice start, 4-0. I say a very nice start, too, because that, well, actually, never mind. I thought it was going to be a 5-0 because Lavender, I thought their money was going to be in significantly worse of a state, but it's way better than I thought. It just shows how important it is to get the bomb down every round because it can seriously make a difference down the line like this. Because of that, they're going to be able to bring AKs to the table here, and maybe SKDC won't be expecting it. Smokes over at mid. Arya watching closely with an AWP will get completely blinded, but not blindsided. Might actually be Swamp Farmer who's completely blinded. He eats that flashbang for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Oh man, the dunk nades have been absurd. Has that all been from Yu-Gi-Oh? I feel like his nades have been really good so far. And wow, Lavender is dancing with death here, and they'll be going in for a second. But that allows Anger to pick up his double. things don't exactly look great for Lavender at the moment. Their default plays and their executes up towards site are just not amounting to anything other than their death. It's trying to be dragged right back into their favor, but Truck Lover alone at A can't really make it work alone. However, he could get a CT wrap going. If Yu-Gi-Oh isn't watching for it, perhaps there's a chance. But Yu-Gi-Oh is indeed watching for it. One of my players to watch shows up and might blow up the head of Truck Lover. Indeed, he does. No problem. This has now become a monumentally tough task for Lavender to try to overcome here. But they're not looking likely. They won't even have a shot at it. Solid B defense finds them another. And SKDC continue again. CT side, they have not exactly met much worry whatsoever. Not much turbulence. Man, Nubage, I've been so bad, but I have not watched any of the by the numbers so far at all. I've been real bad. Pistols, I should also mention, for Lavender here. Not getting the bomb down, finally comes back to really haunt them one day, but it takes a couple of rounds for them to inevitably die, and they're going to die before they even see a CT, apparently. Although Lavender and Aigen will both be holding down the fort, one of them will be able to find kills, and surprisingly, it's bloodier than you might have expected from Lavender. They're making these pistols work, and it actually nets them a bomb kill or a bomb plant before, they're all eventually wiped out. Respectable of a round, that's for sure. Considering how much damage they caused with just pistols, I think that's something they can definitely be proud of heading into this next one. Because at the very least, Lavender are getting these bomb downs round after round after round. And considering also how they whittled away a little bit at the Sapphire economy as well, I mean, it doesn't allow them to build up that full stack like they're hoping. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still pretty healthy. Anger tries a jump spot on top of Arya. Or not jump spot, but run boost, I should say. Oh man, Lavender are just being so heavy foot right now. Making so much noise while in apartments, storming through. Luckily they don't have the bomb. It's not the end of the world for them. But that is the end of Swamp Farmer's life. AWP at mid demolishes one player. Swamp Farmer, one of the important figureheads of this roster, I'd say. Unfortunately falls, and so do the chances of Lavender somehow coming out on top of this one. It's now become considerably more rough. I feel like I've said it a lot, but it still rings true every time. They have just not exactly had the best fortune so far in this game. And it won't seem to be happening this time around either. Over at B, Sun falls. Yu-Gi-Oh is able to strike blood yet again, and it's just Blue filling up the kill feed right now. Wow, Yum. He actually, I think he spotted. Oh my god, did he not spot Ocean? He does spot Ocean. Nice flick around. Oh, he's definitely going to be angry. He's going to light one up for that one, Ocean. But speaking of being lit up, both players on Lavender are. And that will allow Yu-Gi-Oh to find the first and the second, most likely. Indeed. As expected, SKDC improved to yet another. And we have a pause coming through. Sully says Ito should hop on Olympus, though. I should. I've just not been the best days recently. I'm just taking it a bit easy, you know? But maybe I really should hop on Olympus. It'd be a lot of fun. I feel like SKDC are having a lot of fun right now. Lavender, not so much. Still flawless, SKDC, and that will force Lavender to call their first tactical pause of the game here, because they have been unable to make anything work on the T side so far. I mean, their default is just being shredded wherever they go. I don't exactly know what the right read on the situation is, too. It feels like SKDC are just getting favorable gunfights round after round. And there's nothing they can do about it. However, this adjustment from SKDC proves to be a little bit deadly. The Molotovs are pretty fantastic on both sides. Swamp Farmer and Arya both low. one of which I'd argue is more significant than the other. Having the Opper on low HP puts him a little bit of a risk. No matter, though. Yu-Gi-Oh! Uncontested finds one, not quite the second. Although the spam comes through from Lavender, it feels hard to really give them the upper edge in this game. This round, I should say, excuse me. Because SKDC have been this getting all the gunfights that they could ever hope for here. Their fortune might change, though. This is even. But they don't really have the artillery to back up this inevitable execute onto a site. Ijin. AWP. Although Lavender have 2 guns, they'll have to go against an AWP. And who would win? One long green boy? Or 2 rifles and a pistol? Let's see. 34, 33, about 30 seconds as they choose to execute into the site. But coming from behind will be Odig. How can you ever count Ocean out? Lavender will storm onto the site, be scared away by the Ocean, and unfortunately, Ocean Man leads them to the land of death. And it's another one for SKDC. But again, another bomb planted for Lavender. Like, every single time I'm thinking it's looking good, it's just immediately struck right back. It really does feel like SKDC are just getting every single favorable duel that they could hope for here, and it really is starting to hurt Lavender a lot. Sure, they'll be able to buy up every single round as long as they keep getting this bomb down, and as long as they keep on making it at least relatively competitive. But what happens when they don't? What happens then? Then it becomes real scary. SKDC, they have no fear. Pushing right down Banana immediately. Yu-Gi-Oh! Will find one, meanwhile, over at mid, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Finally, they start forcing the issue a bit onto SKDC here, but they're all tagged up as they push their way through mid. Ijin will be storming in from behind, soon to pop out from Boiler and lead to a nasty surprise for the T side as he finds one. Not the second that he hopes for, but Swamp Farmer still sustains a heavy amount of damage. It's a 3-on-2 with still so much time left in play. SKDC honestly can just sit wherever they want. Did I say shit wherever they want? Sit wherever they want. They're not in danger. However, Swamp Farmer might be, as he's able to get one for free, but surely going to be traded out now as Anger pushes his luck into Boiler and kills the bomb carrier as well. Oh, it was looking promising for a second from Lavender, but dragged right back to reality. They go. As it's soon to be 9-0 at this point. Arya will make it so. Make that dream come true. It's just really SKDC. Nothing can stop them at the moment. The individual kills from Lavender are not there, and it feels like they're being picked off or just being tagged down by this utility damage every single time. I mean, look at the utility damage of SKDC versus the utility damage of Lavender. It's night and day. It's unbelievable. It is crazy. Lavender are actually positive in this season, have the exact same record as SKDC. But SKDC do have a ever-changing roster. Well, the new recruits, Yu-Gi-Oh! As well as Ijin, they have both been impressing me a lot, so this is a heavy hitting lineup from SKDC, but I always forget about the Arya factor, don't I? Swamp is already put out of the equation. And now the jig is up. Lavender, again, they just aren't being given any room. Arya, so confident, searches for another kill and will eventually re-peek right into the loving arms of Benji. And suddenly, for the first time in a long time, it's a very favorable situation for Lavender. First time in a long time, they might be able to actually get there first on the board. Takes a bit of time, but patience is one hell of a virtue, and they'll learn it. Ijin does a little bit of a tango with Yum. Takes 2 to tango, and it takes 2 bullets to take him down. 1 to the body and 1 to the head, and another to the body to put Lavender up on 1. Finally, Lavender gets something going. 16-0 dream is denied. But there's still a long way to go before this becomes a very palatable game for Lavender. They need more. But SKDC, they still aren't struggling for money. Although Lavender have given it their best shot trying to keep rounds close and competitive, it's never really been enough to completely ruin the monetary situation of SKDC whatsoever. They can still buy for days. Sure, Aijin, he's hurting a little bit. He's on 2850, but he can just easily be dropped over. Lavender, meanwhile, will call a pause, hopefully to talk about things for a while, because I feel like, I mean, what do you even have to get on a T side like this? Is it 9-6? Yes, this is the same anger that you're thinking about, Nubage. Basically, rip Flashpoint. I mean, here's the thing about Flashpoint. It's like, yeah, it's all tier 2 teams. If they can somehow make people interested in tier 2 and below CS, I think Flashpoint would be okay. But can they do that? Because I love watching tier 2 CS. But I'm not sure if a lot of people do. It becomes very hard as a selling point if you can't get people interested in that sort of Counter-Strike. But who knows? Maybe Flashpoint actually have a shot. And maybe Lavender have a shot too. You finally get one on the board here, and if they can start chaining a couple together, if they can win this half out, not only would that be incredible for the motivation in of itself, but it would also not be a very terrible round score for this half either. 9-6 is perfectly fine. It's more than passable for Inferno. It's doable. But it's just really harder said than done. SKDC have absolutely no intention of letting that happen. As a tech pause is through, and well, I guess I can actually talk with the chat a little bit more. He's a love when Richard Lewis did his Silvercast. Missed that, really. Yeah, I actually watched a couple of those VODs that you were talking about. I mean, hey, you said you like any tier CS, even tier 50 CS, apparently. Silvercasts are basically tier 50, so close enough. Unpause comes through. Lavender back into the foray of things. Double AWP. This is interesting. Hasn't been exactly something that I feel like SKDC have really been... that they really need, I guess, is the best way to put it. I heard recently, though, from, I believe it was JoJo, that double AWP on Inferno is one of the most busted things in the game. JoJo being a player for Third Impact. Let's see if he can prove it's true, though. Ocean watching a very tight angle. Looks to take out Yum, and the jump, or the, not run boost, excuse me. The hop up is in order. So is a Molotov and a kill for Aijin. Not quite the double. And again, Lavender storm onto the site, but the rest of their teammates are nowhere to be found. Why isn't Bomb there to join the party here? Aren't they actually going to rotate to A? That would be insane. Lavender. Yeah, it looks like Anger is wise to it. Hasn't exactly committed just yet. But the majority has. SKDC bring two of their finest over. Two of the players who have been popping off the most for their team will be left to do it alone. But Yu-Gi-Oh has just a perfect opportunity, really, to ruin all the hopes and dreams of Lavender. Doesn't seem to be the case. And it looks like Lavender will be able to get number 2 on the board here. It's a bit of a slow round, but at the end of the day, it's just going to be SKDC being suffocated and snuffed out of this site before they even have a shot of making this retake happen. Anger with a nice one to start. Still has 2 more to go, both of which have a crossfire set up. Will both quickly strike him down. The vet has no chance of it. And Lavender improve again. This time to 2. And thing is, again, I feel like I've been saying again so much. Because Lavender have been so deadly on all the rounds that they've had so far. Oh god, another pause, really? Because Lavender have been so deadly on every single one of the rounds that they have played so far, with the exception of a couple, and also winning 2 in a row, finally the CT economy has broken just after 2 rounds in a row from Lavender. Like, you thought going 9-0 would make it so, like, everyone's on 16K, you're rolling, you're having a great time. But no, some of those have been some really close rounds, and it's finally coming back to bite SKDC a little bit. They're going to be forced onto a couple of pistols. All right, Nubich, enjoy your smoke, my man. I'm sure Yu-Gi-Oh will enjoy his smoke as well. The only smoke for SKDC really makes you think on what their plans are going to be for this round. Because usually a lot of times when you see teams force up pistols, they usually are very comfortable getting a lot of utility and just trying to waste time of the T side. But SKDC have a different approach to it. They'll be stacking 4 over towards A. Again, not out of the question, not unheard of whatsoever. I'm just wondering if it's going to be able to do them justice, really. Playing anti-flash over towards long hauls. It's smart. Sun and Yu-Gi-Oh exchange blows. But a push towards A is in order, and Benji will be walking right into the stack. And finally, they have realized they have set themselves up for disaster, Lavender. They're taking some heavy damage as they push into the site. A 3 versus 2, and 2 of SKDC's members will have guns to show for it. Sure, the bomb will get planted, and again, Lavender are in a very similar situation. Do you have deja vu yet? Because if not, SKDC want to prove it to you. Yu-Gi-Oh lurks behind the smoke, a menace, a monster, lurking deep in the gray abyss. Maybe wants to pop through and throw a surprise party for Lavender, but they'll bide their time. No kits in play. Means that SKDC need to start moving quick, and moving quick they will. Swamp Farmer, no chance on the retake, or on the post plane, excuse me, as iJin pulls up massive. A quad in the round. And that is exactly what Lavender have to be scared of. They walk straight into the stack of CTs all waiting for them, and it's a disaster. I mean, what can he even do there? Just, I guess, play a little more careful, use more utility. I don't know. I mean, hindsight's 2020. These are the guys who are playing in advance, not me. They're the ones who know best, I guess. But it's just, man, it's rough, honestly. Lavender, that was definitely their shot at putting a heavy amount of rounds together, building up their economy a little bit to close out this round, this half, excuse me, with style, but it's just taken away from them in a moment. SKDC, another healthy buy in the works for them. Not the best smoke in the world, means that Arya can play around it and slowly disappear. And oh, he's going to chase right down mid. He misses a shot, won't overstay his welcome. Lavender won't choose to chase, but they are going to burst out over towards Boiler. And I mean, SKDC, they have the setup ready to deal with it perfectly. Yu-Gi-Oh does not falter, doesn't miss his shot, and won't try to go for a second. Now the defense is split 2-2 with Arya going to be able to hold down Archside just fine. A reflash comes through, and it's just perfectly blinded. And, I mean, if that hasn't been a perfect summary of the game, I don't know what is. The utility is just completely outclassing Lavender to the point where it's just indomitable. Lavender, what can they even do now? 30 seconds remain. It's a 2 versus 4. They have a good idea on where to divide this fight up to. iJin is the only player over towards B at the moment, but Yum, for some reason, jumps and makes a bit of noise, meaning that iJin can actually realistically back up into construction and wait to play retake alongside his teammates. Again, another bomb planted for Lavender, but are you getting that deja vu yet? Because SKDC surely are. But I think Lavender just have some bad memories jogging through their mind as they just desperately try to claw another round on the board, but it's not looking likely. Yum, the only hope for Lavender, eventually falls after taking 2 to the grave with him. It's now 11-2. SKDC, Sapphire Kelowna, they look unbelievable right now. iJin, my lord, has he done miracle work. I feel like everybody on SKDC, respectively, has done fantastic for their team. Again, that jump boost comes through. There we are. Finally works. We'll actually net them a kill, though, Anger. Looking to research. What is that Molotov? I've never seen that Molotov before. Oh, that's cool. It looks over towards Mexico. I've never seen that one before. I'm sure it's been done, but I always love learning something. Lavender will soon learn something. Never be careful behind a smoke, because a nade will always ruin you. An op shot from Arya will always ruin you. And this round differential at this point is ruining them. Aijin, 21, wants to make it 24 kills. As Lavender just might walk into him. I mean, again, is this the case of what can Lavender even do? Oh my god. Well, certainly they can kill Aijin. That's a good start. Now you have to find 4 more, Lavender. Good luck with that. About 60 HP between the two players. Sunsun has dragged things back into their favor. Well, not into their favor, but slightly back into the realm of possibility. But such a struggle. Time, health, nades, all of them not in their favor. But they desperately need another round. Ocean ruins their dreams again. The vet. The vapor. The smoker. He smokes pot and headshots. And he does it again. 12-2. Nubage, no, you're good, dude. I casted a match a bit earlier for, what's it called? Black Rose GG. I casted there. It's on my Twitter if you want a link to it. But I have not. I'm done casting after tonight. There's almost no more matches going on after tonight, or after this time anyway. But, you know, I'm happy with 2 games for today, especially since my casting has been very lackluster. So has a T-half from Lavender thus far. Forcing up every last one of their pennies into a broken buy. I say broken because what utility do they even have anymore? They used one of their last pieces of it just to smoke out top banana so they can hope for a little bit of spam. But Sapphire Kelowna will just throw a flurry of grenades plus spam through the smoke and get a kill. Like, is anything going to work for this poor team? They are just getting ruined right now. They're losing every fight, and there's nothing that Lavender can do other than just hope something goes their way. It's going to be 13-2. I can't see Lavender somehow clawing their way back into this one here. Yum will try to make that dream come true. But will it just remain a dream? It's still yet to be seen. Yum convinces me again. He actually finds a double, and Sunsun has a chance to maybe find 1. A multi-kill might be out of the question, but at first, it's most definitely an option. Anger. Won't let his blood boil over. Aijin takes down Yum immediately. Now down to Sun we go. 14 seconds left to strike. Anger knows exactly what's going on, though. First and second point of contact made. First duel won, the second lost. And that will be the 13th loss in this game for Lavender, excuse me. Yeah, By the Numbers is definitely the best CS podcast out there. Bar none. That's why I'm so happy it returned. I used to listen to it religiously back in 2015, 2016, whenever it was airing the first time around. When Alpha Draft was a thing. I mean, God, honestly, what can you even say about that half? That was just... It was brutal. I mean, I want to try to point out some silver linings that Lavender can look back on heading into the second half, but I can't really think of many. Here's the only one that I can think of. Inferno is a CT-sided map. That's it. But Lavender, I mean, I actually don't know how their performance has been on CT Inferno. I haven't really given it a good look. But SKDC really seem to be looking like a well-oiled machine, especially towards the end of this half. They don't struggle. Every single individual player is having their highlight moments. Surely Lavender are just going to talk for a little while before heading into the second half, because God, there's so much to discuss. Really, it just felt like SKDC are able to make really good adjustments and punish everything and anything that Lavender were trying to do on their defaults. They're trying to take banana presence. How about we just send like the entire US army of utility down towards banana? We're just going to easily rack up, 200, 300 utility damage per player in just one half. Like, it's suffocating. It actually just makes me depressed to be on the receiving end of. And I'm not even in the server. Like, God, imagine how Lavender feel. But Lavender, they're not out of this one just yet. A pistol is a must-win for them. But will they be given a shot of it? SKDC with a conga line up towards banana. Sun strikes with one. A second, and it's a massacre down banana. It's exactly the start that Lavender need. But Ocean will try to make it only a dream, but it's Ocean. And he's only able to find two. Or one, even. He didn't even find the second. A 4K pistol from Sun is exactly what the doctor ordered. Lavender will eventually get their third on the board. There's a long way to go, but that is one hell of a way to start. Like Astralis versus Complexity at Blast. I mean, hey, basically, the scoreline seems even the same. The utility damage seems the same, and this round from Lavender should be very much the same as the pistol. Arguably even more depressing. Holy hell, that nade is gigantic onto all three members of SKDC. Arya, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Aijin all now. Limbs half blown off. Yes, Newbridge, I saw the production. I actually talked to a couple of members on the production side. The person who's in charge of replays, they're very cool, and they seem to really have a passion for it. Lots of respect to Blast. They definitely deserve a major. Lavender. I mean, this is a really solid position for them. It's kind of hard to think they're going to even have a shot at this one, SKDC. Push comes through. Sure, the flashes are fine. They're going to storm their way onto site, but that's where Truck Lover will be waiting. He's just going to be able to mop up so many kills for free. And surprisingly, Yu-Gi-Oh actually manages to make a dent in the CT economy just a little bit. Doesn't get the bomb down. It's another clean one from Lavender. It's an anti-eco. That's another given round that Lavender most definitely should win. But it's definitely what they need. Do I think Blast will get the major? I heard rumors of it, that they're getting the second major. No clue if it's true, but I could definitely see it happening. '18th round of play. Arya tries to put out the fire by his legs. No dice, but no utility damage taken either. Means that SKDC are going to be smooth sailing for the beginning 30 seconds of this round. Apps control already taken. Look at this. SKDC have already snuck their way in towards Boiler. Now that SKDC have guns in their hands, they become a much scarier beast to deal with. Flash out. On the other end of it will be Yum. But he's not warded off. Swamp Farmer will have his back in case things go awry. But SKDC haven't quite put all their eggs in this basket, the A basket, yet. Maybe they're just trying to drag rotations over. There's still plenty of utility, nor has a bomb even been touched. It's still sitting over towards T-Ramp. They can pick this up, take it wherever they want. But SKDC have so much map control. It's unbelievable, and they might actually even have more than map control. Sun, on his way back towards spawn, is going to be sent there forcefully. We'll see you next round, buddy. Yu-Gi-Oh just makes it his own. Wait a second. Not only is this lurk play coming through, but Yu-Gi-Oh is able to find a double on top of it. And this is becoming a disaster now. Lavender are giving up all that they had going for them. A refrag is through, sure, but you're going to need to find more than that, Swamp Farmer, and you're not. SKDC, just like that. They wait, and then they strike. They're a venomous snake. And they bite in. Absolutely devour their prey. Looking to get 14. And they just might chomp down on Benji. Close out the round. Ruin the economy of Lavender. You're this close Just go ahead and finish the job. Oh my lord, Yu-Gi-Oh! That was one of the most disgusting rounds I've seen in quite a while. It's not like it was an ace, it was a quick triple spray down or something like that. No, it's just the slow beast crawling through your spawn. He just demolishes everything that Lavender were building up these past couple. Let's see, I know I'll talk about production at Blast. I may hear one or two things. Yeah, I mean, the dart thing, I think if they run a major, that won't be something that they do. But, I don't know. I'm personally fine with their HUD. Oh, man. I'm not fine with that, though. Jeez, SKDC. Just when I think there's a bit of a lull in the action, they prove me wrong entirely. 2 kills like that. Lavender again on the back foot. That's two of their rifles, too. The only 2 that they had to play with. And I don't know, man. What can he even do at this point? God. It's just rough times for Lavender. I feel like they have really good shot at this so many times. They just like are close, but just can't quite finish up the job, win these gunfights, or put themselves in the favorable situations to get these gunfights. I mean, that's case in point right there. They had the right idea, cross-firing over towards Arch side, but they're caught off guard while reloading, and Truck Lover isn't able to do anything about it, nor is Benji. And Sun is elsewhere, just trying to stay alive with his CZ in full armor. He's had a decent amount of utility invested into this one here, so don't give it up. But staring down the barrel of 15, they at least want to have an AK to play with into this potential last round. Oh, how about a Krieg? That's actually slightly better. Maybe they do have a shot at this. The Krieg is one scary weapon to put in the hands of a counter-terrorist, and let's see if they can show why. Despite that hiccup, though, SKDC still have, 11 match points on Lavender right now. This would have to be a monumental comeback of epic proportions. But do you believe in Lavender? SKDC surely don't. But they'll have to learn the hard way here. Truck Lover is able to find a double immediately. Sprays down and takes care of everything of that SKDC were trying to desperately shove down their throat. No give. Lavender are still in this one. At least for now. The red on their HUD, people said they didn't like. I mean, the HUD is important. I feel like the HUD is fine, though. Even then. Exactly. It's just really well produced. So, lots of respect for Blast. They are giving what the TOs want and what the players want. And, well, that frag is exactly what SKDC want. Although they're on the back foot of this round, undeniably. Thanks to the miracle of Swamp Farmer and Truck Lover. They still have a real swing at it. They know the bomb was down, so Anchor did well to take going for the bomb and actually take a fight instead. He actually nearly got the second as well, but there is a third ready and waiting, ready to pounce on an opportunity. The rush doesn't work for SKDC, but that's no matter. There's still 10 match points to play with. That will suit them just fine. Lavender chain 2 together. Are able to keep things just a little bit more competitive. Banana control immediately given up here. Getting echoes of Na'Vi and how they play Inferno. Or towards Banana in particular. Similar setup too, actually, now that I think about it. Another default in action from SKDC. You see that they're bringing it a bit more slow this time. They're going to be popping through apartments, so we'll be fast very, very soon. I'm hoping and I'm guessing that Lavender will be able to dictate the pace at least a little here. Sun has a real good shot at hitting that first entry blow, and indeed, it's perfect. They find 2 for the price of 1, and that's a trade they'll take any day of the week. A refrag comes through from REM. We're right back into a 3-on-3. And so what was looking so strong for Lavender has immediately been taken away from them. A retake begins. Lavender, I mean, they need to go for this. There's no wiggle room. They have to, whether they like it or not. I mean, they have a good shot at it. I mean, they have a decent amount of utility. They'll be pushing in, trying to use said utility. Arya doesn't give a damn about your utility. He'll find the first kill. Shrek Lover with a second. We're down to a one-on-one. Who would have thought off of a round like this? Maybe SKDC did. A 1-on-2 from Anger closes things out. And it's going to be Lavender, unfortunately, dropping the map and the match. After such a crazy performance for SKDC, heading into this, I had no clue what to expect, but a new roster and different players seems to suit them just fine, and SKDC will run away with that match. Newbridge says, I really like how Jason talked about his only fan at Plas. That guy, man, what a great human being. Yeah, dude, Jason's pretty great. And you know who else is really great? Lavender. Lavender, thank you so much for letting me cast your match. Unfortunately, they took the loss for tonight, but it was still a lot of fun to rep them and see them give a really good shot at it. That will be it for me tonight, though. I am going to go ahead and call it a night and maybe go to the gym. Who knows? Anyway, if you guys enjoyed, please feel free to drop a follow or subscribe if that's your thing. If not, that's also cool. Have a good night. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon.